all the anger, warriors from the traumas we've passed, warriors of solidarity, warriors of forgiveness, warriors of respect. May we learn to forgive those that have oppressed us, our ancestors and the pain they've endured. May the light of the sun exalt and sanctify us to raise up the dignity within. I choose love, follow the path of love, and all I'm yearning for, I pray will open before me. You can choose love, let yourself be loved. Take your place in the sacred circle, because no one can take it for you. Yeah. Unique and so beautiful you are. Unique and so beautiful you are. Unique and so powerful you are. Unique and so powerful you are. Remember, remember, listen to your heart. Remember, remember to trust yourself. Remember, remember, pay attention to your dreams. They come from a place where we remember how to love. All as brilliant as the stars above. Remember who we are, as vast as the sky so far. Remember, remember, listen to your heart. Remember, remember to trust yourself. Remember, remember, pay attention to our dreams. They come from a place where we remember how to love. Yeah. Remember who we are. Yeah. Emerge with your heart. Emerge with your faith. Emerge with your love. Emerge. I am ripe like a tomato on a summer vine, like a peach, soft and supple, dripping down this arm of mine. I am full like the spirit of the tender Jesus Christ. I am sure like the ocean that heeds the moon and the call to rise, and that's why I have to go. Why I have to go now. I am done like a potato, cooked so perfectly, where the skin breaks open and the steam arises and the butter melts so easily. I am large like a canyon that echoes back the sound of all the dreams.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou wisdom from on high, and order all things far and nigh. To us the path of knowledge show, and cause us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel, and shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations, bind all peoples in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and quarrel cease. Fill the whole world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
That is Pete Jacobs, everyone. And with that, we say good morning and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and hope and faith for all. Stand and join us on this first Sunday in Advent, and let's sing together.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic voice proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the
much. We're going to have lots more caroling going on through this season. But right now, we want to call up Jeannie Oliver and the YFM program. I think they're out there greeting people still. Woo! Come on up. We want to bless and release these beautiful children. They're making a grand entrance today.
Hi, everyone.
Turn it off.
Okay, am I on? I think I'm on. So, hi, Columbine. We're excited to be back. And today, of course, is the first Sunday of Advent. And today we're going to be talking about faith and doing a bunch of different things about even the tiniest bit of faith. All things are possible. So that's kind of what we're focusing on. And we're going to start rehearsing for a Christmas Eve song, and we're really excited about that. And Janice is going to help us with that. So I think we can just bless us out.
Yes, we can.
We're ready to go.
We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we see the Christ you are. Yay! Stay standing with us. We're going to keep the carols going. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to silent poor shepherds in fields as
They may in fields where
they keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep.
Noel,
Noel, Noel, Noel, born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far. Then to the earth they came great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Thank you, and have a seat. And now we ask that you just slow your breathing down, prepare your hearts and minds for prayer and meditation. We are standing on holy ground, and I know that there are angels all around. Let us praise God now, for we are standing in the presence on holy ground.
So join me in prayer. We're going to light our candle first Sunday of Advent, which is faith and hope. And so I invite you to take a deep breath with me. Allow yourself to be in that place of hopefulness. Allow yourself to let go of anything that happened before this moment, anything that might be going on in the world, anything that might be going on in your life, any angst you might be feeling, and just allow yourself to know, trust, have faith that there is goodness, that there is a place where magic happens, that there is a time where we can be in the fullness of life, in the fullness of joy. It's with this expectation that we begin this Christmas season, this Advent season. And so, Sweet Spirit, we are grateful for this first Sunday of Advent, this first Sunday of Advent where we focus on hope, where we bring hope to the hopeless, where we bring a message of hope that life is worth living. That even in the busyness of the Christmas season, that we can be filled with a sense of peace and calm and joy and love. And we allow ourselves to trust in that, have faith in that, that Spirit is here with us every step of the way. Hold on to that hope. That hope that knows there is good just around the corner, waiting for us to claim it, waiting for us to believe in it, no matter what. And so, Spirit, we bring this sense of hope to everyone in our community, everyone whose lives we touch, our own family, our own circle of friends, our greater community, everyone who's watching online, everyone who's sitting in this sanctuary. We bring this hope, hopefulness. Helps us get up and go. We bring this sense of hope to every person on our prayer list and every prayer request in our prayer box, giving them a sense of hope. That these challenges, these too shall pass. That there's a lesson in there, there's a blessing in every circumstance we find ourselves in. So we can have hope in that, have faith and trust in that. And so now we allow ourselves a moment of stillness to align ourselves with that sense of hope, with that faith faculty that is within us, that where we have the capacity to trust in that. So join me in a moment of silence. Our music team will lead us out gently with song at the end of our time.
learned today, will it bring you joy, or will it take it all away? And every step you take is guided by the love of the light on the land, and the blackbirds cry. You will walk, you will walk, you will walk in good company. The valley is dark, the burgeoning holding, the stillness obscured by their judging. You walk through the shadows, uncertain and surely hurting, deserted by the blackbirds and the shadow of the staff. And though you trust the light towards which you wend your way, sometimes you feel all that you wanted has been taken away. You will walk, you will walk, you will walk in good company. I love the best of you. You love the best of me. Although it's not always easy, lovely, lonely, we will walk. We will walk. We will walk in good company. The shepherd of right and flowing, you'll see.
Thank you. Larry Thompson, Chris Engelman sitting in today.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, everybody. On Tuesday, I'm going on vacation, and my husband and I are going to Barcelona. And you know, when you have something coming up and you have this expectancy and this excitement and you prepare and you have to pack a bag and all that, it's That's this time of year. This is what Advent's all about, is preparing us for Christmas. Just like we prepare for something that's coming up in our lives. We prepare this excitement of what's coming up, this good that's coming. And so Advent is preparation for Christmas. And during Advent, we have the 4 Sundays of Advent with our Advent wreath, which is very traditional. And faith is the first. Faith and hope are the first Sunday, followed by peace, then love, then joy. The word Advent actually means expectation. It creates a sense of hope. In Unity, we teach that Christmas is the birth of a new awareness of our true nature, a new awareness of who we are as spiritual beings. And so we prepare for that. That birth doesn't just happen. We need to work our faith muscle. We need to have hope and expectancy. We need to bring about peace and cultivate a sense of peace in ourselves and love and joy, these attributes of spirit. And so that's what we do during Advent. It starts with us. It starts with us, with each of us. It can be really easy to look at the outside world and lose hope. It can be super easy to just have this sense of hopelessness. When will things get better? When is life going to be easier? When is the economy going to get better? You know, all that stuff. But we have to stop looking outside and look inside, that we have the capacity to change how we experience it. We have the capacity to change our lives. That's our Unity's third principle, that our thoughts create our experience of our life. And we need to look at it with the hope of a child. Have that childlike wonder, have that childlike expectation. You know, remember when you were a kid and you just couldn't wait for Christmas and the excitement just built and built and built till Christmas, and seeing Santa and all that fun stuff that Christmas brings? We can cultivate that in ourselves with this sense of hope. We have the capacity for that. That good is coming, that there's excitement about the future. There can be excitement about the future. We have these books, these little booklets in the bookstore. There are Advent books, and there's little stories you can follow. You could buy one. I don't know what they cost in the book. They're not much. But there's a story for every day during Advent, starting today. And they're sweet little stories. One of the stories in there is by Reverend Joy Weiler, who passed away just a few weeks ago. She's a Unity minister. She says this: hope, as a vision of possibilities unencumbered by past or even current circumstances, becomes a seed planted in the heart. We align with the spiritual power of faith in us to grow hope into manifestation. Hope comes first. But we have to have faith. We have to believe it's even possible in order to bring it forth. For some people in this country over the years, in our history, hope has not been easy to hold on to. Friday was Native American Heritage Day, a time to honor the rich cultures and rituals and ceremonies of the indigenous Americans. I found this article in a magazine called, now I'm not seeing it, Native Max, and in it a couple of Native Americans talk about how they find hope. One of them is Dennis Metcalf, who's a young artist from the Crow Creek Sioux tribe. He says, when I was younger, I believed the world was against me. It never offered me anything meaningful. It often showed me cruelty, which gave me a negative outlook. But he's an artist, and his art has been a form of therapy, of transporting him to places where he longs to be. He says it helps me solidify my position in this universe and reminds me that there is something in my control. The outcome is really up to me, no one else. Kind of sounds like a Unity student, right? Another one is Jordan Marie Daniel, who her Native American name is Brings Three White Horses, and she is a member of the Lower Brule Sioux tribe. She's passionate about her people, and she shares that I want to be a voice that changes the narrative and helps to make Indian country a better place. Hope means to me that not only Indigenous people, but everyone comes together in a unified understanding of what the struggles are and works to make them better in a collaborative effort. It's hope. Hope. In Native Max, it says, hope, it's such a simple word, yet it holds the keys to so much power and redemption. When hope rises up in our hearts, it's the spark that ignites the flame. It empowers us to take hold of our future and shine bright to the world around us. Hope is so powerful, and we need it in our lives, in our consciousness, in our thoughts. There's more than 9 million Native Americans living in the U.S. right now, representing over 550 federally recognized tribes. They're tribes that have diverse cultures and diverse ceremonies and diverse languages and traditions. We have one with us today whose ancestors are from the Little Show Chippewa tribe of Montana. Laurelyn Baker is going to come up here and share with us her stories of hope and faith and then lead us through a 4-directional ceremony. So Laurelyn, come on up. Thanks for being here.
Ho tunkashila unchi wakantanka mashomas nakomas gichi manatu Migziana Quadik Nindao, Anishnabi Nindao, Mekanak Nindao, Little Shell Nindao, Shunka Wakanto Ota Yuhawe Nindao, Nangisi Bisanisi Nakomas, Nashomas Nangisi Bisanisi. Good morning, Bonjour. My name is Laurelyn Baker. I've also been given the name Migaziana Quaduk, which is Eagle Thundercloud Woman, from my father's side of the family. And I'm very happy to be here at this time to be talking about faith and hope, because it is true that it has taken a lot of strength and empowerment from all of our ancestors to be able to speak publicly and to be able to be here right now. My sharing with you and each and every one of you is a gift from everyone's ancestors. I'm here telling you that your great, 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 great grandmas, your great, 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 great grandpas, all of the work they did, no matter what land you came from, all of them hunted and gathered and did everything they could to protect their family so that the generations could come. You often hear about natives thinking about 7 generations in the future. Well, I like to think that I've been gifted the ability to really have a conversation with those ones from 7 generations ago and bring forth what is an important thing for everyone to know at this time. These are very, very difficult times. And just as like the natives, when the Europeans first came and told them there was only one way to be, one way to worship, and there was a penalty of death afterwards, a lot of people surely over the years have found comfort in the Christianity that was forced upon or brought to them. However, my tribe, the Little Shell, is a Métis tribe that was just recently recognized. And we had to fight for 157 years proving that we were an actual tribe. And because we didn't look like the Plains natives or what the people had been fighting for generations in the wars, we were related to the French fur trappers and the Norwegian people that came down from Canada. And we had our very own Métis culture that was a beautiful blending. And so I stand here as a person who can tell you that you can pull forth things that are going to be very important in these times. Because my father, who was Ojibwa, didn't want to have anything to do with those ways he raised my sister and me, to think that you just stay away. You don't go and meet with Native people. You just leave them be. They don't want to hear about you. They don't want to know you. But I had faith that through my prayers, I would somehow meet them. And through a long series of events using feng shui cures in my own home, I was led to my relatives on Turtle Mountain. I decided to place a cure, which is like a form of a physical prayer, light a candle in the area of my home that's related to family and one in fame. And before I knew it, I got a call from Susie Aikman, who used to be the Native Alternative Voices on KUVO in Denver. This is many years ago. And she asked me to come and speak about the work that I did in people's homes. And before I knew it, my voice was broadcast to every single tribe that had a radio station. And through that, through my being faithful and remembering that my hope would actually help me meet the relatives that my father was afraid to connect with, I did meet them because someone was listening that day up on Turtle Mountain, and they're relatives of the little shell who ended up in Montana. So I just want to say that everything that I'm going to be speaking in this ceremony is about you, and your relatives wanted you to be here today. And I'm very excited that those little old grannies and grandpas, all the meals and everything they did for their grandchildren, I want you to feel their blanket wrapped around you today. And remember everything everyone had to go through, all the different changes of culture, ends of empires, beginnings of other things. Right now we're going through a similar huge historical transition, and we're going to need their advice. They want you to go back and do whatever you can to get the old information that may have been forgotten but is encoded in your bones, in your marrow, in your DNA. And so today we're all doing a directional ceremony. The idea behind a directional ceremony is that whatever direction you face, you have faith that helpers are coming from the spiritual, seen and unseen realms everywhere we face. And it reminds us we, each and every one of us, are in the center. So holding the center when you see crazy things going on in the world around you, and you hear loud, loud voices telling you that you're not the center, and the way that you think and the way that you look and what your family loves and what your culture does and how you worship is not okay and deserves to be literally annihilated, you're going to need the strength. We all need this strength from all of the faith that comes from this beautiful community and from the songs that you sing, but there's something old. I'm inviting you to think about this as I'm asking you each to stand. And if you feel comfortable doing this, we'll face the different directions. And this is all, I'm just leading you. This is for you calling in any ancient knowledge that you will need, that will come to you in dream time, or whatever teacher or book or whatever comes to you. Your grandmas and grandpas want you to know something that will keep us strong in these times of challenge and transition. The words that I speak are either, they're a combination of Lakota and Ojibwa, because I have family in both. And let's face south. Ho, tunkashalun chi wakantanka, mashomas nakomas kichimanadu. Megaziana kwalagninda, anishnabinda, mekanakninda, little shalninda. We call on you who are in the south. Shanodis, the guardian of all beautiful things that grow and are harvested and taken in the summer, the beautiful sun that warms us and gives us hope and faith that the year ahead, no matter how cold it might be, we're having a good time now. And also, Shanodis, we know that the coyotes sit in this area, and they remind us to have a sense of humor and to not take ourselves too seriously, and that laughter is the most sacred sound. We invite you to come and bless all of your Tekosha, all your grandchildren now at this time, all you ancestors, every being of help, known and unknown, who is in this direction. Come into everyone's heart. Ho, matakuya yasem. Now we face west. Ho, Majakiwis, Mato, guardian of the West, the place where we go in introspection, deep into the dark cave, where we're hibernating and learning and regenerating the next generation, in the dark times where inspiration comes to us, where we keep hope alive in the starry night. Deep in our caves, wherever we're isolated, we always know we're going to step out again into the world. Thank you for letting everyone have this wisdom. Let everyone's ancestors and spirit helpers from this direction, from the mountains here where we're facing today, come into each and every person's heart and lead them to whatever they need to know in their meditation, their dream time, their quiet time by themselves. Now, We'll face north. Ho, Wabus, Spirit Guardian of the North, we're very grateful to you, who remind us of the wisdom of the elders in the cold time when things are being regenerated in the winter that we're stepping into. This is a place where we have the strength of the Buffalo Nation. We're very, very grateful for each and every person's ancestors and ancient wisdom and ways of knowing coming into their hearts today and their minds from this direction as they grow older and wiser with each every day. Thank you so much for letting us come together in this way. It was through your faith and your hope that these ways would be able to be combined on this Turtle Island. Both the Spirit of Christ in its true essence and the spirit of all of you elders from the North. We're very grateful that they can blend and harmonize and rejuvenate and be strong and grow corn for people at this time. We'll face east. Waban, Great Spirit of the East, the new day, the new dawn comes upon us. And we're asking for, just like Sue was saying, that spirit of happiness and hopefulness and anticipation the way a child has for any great new thing that's coming their way. They're happy about losing their first teeth. They're happy about going to school. They're happy about holidays and travel. And may all the children who may not have hope right now, as we know there's a lot of young people who are really struggling, we ask that they find all of the teachers and all the wise ones to completely take them in a way that can hold them, that we can hold even children we don't know at this time, any young people who are struggling, hurting themselves, hurting each other. We ask that they have that sense of original spark that they're born with, that it doesn't go out in these times, that the digital world, the online presence, all of the media things where there can be some darkness, that it doesn't take them away from the real, true beauty of life, and that they can feel that sun each day. We ask for that new birth, the way a new fawn comes out with its spots and shows us a beautiful example of gentleness, to come into anyone's life who needs it, for new regeneration. Come into everyone's heart, all you grandmas and grandpas and spirit helpers that stand in this new dawn. Please enter everyone's heart and mind today and help us to move forward, helping all the young people we know in our lives. Oh. And now if you'll face forward again. Tunkashila, Mashama's grandfather, we pray to your face in the sky, the place where you sit and watch over us, the beautiful cosmos. As far as we can see, we ask for all of the tools and strength of all the fathers back to the beginning of time, all the protection that they gave us. We ask that that come into everyone's life, and we're grateful for all of that unadulterated warrior energy that has kept us all going. Please help us know what the spiritual tools and shields are that we need to go forward in this time and hang on to light and hope and forgiveness for all. Thank you, all you fathers, the beginning of time. Ho matakuyayasan. Ho unchi. Nakoma's grandmother. We pray to your face where we're standing here. And we ask that all of the mothers, everyone's lineage, their mothers back to the beginning of time, who birthed and nurtured their children so that we could stand here today, know that they're remembered, and all of their hopes and dreams and inspiration for us to be able to stand here today and remember them and honor them and be able to come more fully into their grandchildren's hearts today. However many generations back, the most last happy, healthy, balanced ancestors, we are grateful to whatever you're going to teach each and every person here. Everyone has their own story, and they're going to be able to help incorporate your ancient story into their lives today to bring forth the best seeds that you wanted to plant for the people in the next generations, so that this transition from empire to planetary love can be happening in a very beautiful way, and everyone knows they're assisted. We don't have to listen to the fear. We will listen to you instead. Thank you, Grandma, for your beautiful love and your voice. Ho, matakwase. Kichimanatu, Megaziana Kwaduk Nindao is here saying, all of you, beautiful Takushkan Shkan, the spirit of life that gives movement to all beings. Thank you for helping hold us at the center. Thank you for each and every person in their own way, having from this day forward all kinds of brand new ways of holding center so that they can stand strong, because everyone now is going to be called on to help others who may not have spent time developing relationship with Spirit or their ancestors in a way that could help them hold their center and sanity and sense of humor at this time. Each and every one of you, your ancestors are telling you, you are being called to integrate all of the many streams of cultures that have come from the beginning of your time, from the beginning when the people were evolving from stardust into the beautiful forms that we have now. We joined in many beautiful songs and ways of life, and the world needs each and every one of them, and some of them are forgotten, and I don't know who here, but some of you are going to remember them in your dream time, in your meditation, in your prayer, and you're going to bring them back to the world, just as my ancestors had faith that I would take the time to remember this language, the language of the Lakota and the Ojibwa, the little bit that I know. It's still empowering. They had hope that this voice would not be illegal to be spoken in a place of worship here on Turtle Island. And all of that came true today because of you, because of them. Matakyo yasin, inawi makinak.
Thank you, Laura Lynn. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And we can all use the laughter and wisdom and new life that comes from this blessing, from this ceremony. And I love that four-directional blessing, because no matter what direction you're facing, no matter what challenge you're facing, no matter what person or situation in your life or health challenge or job challenge or money challenge or whatever it is, there's a blessing there. Spirit has your back. Spirit is always there in the midst of any challenge. And so it's up to us to look for the blessing in it, to trust that there is a blessing in it. We often don't see it, especially when we're in the midst of the anguish of it, but it's there. And we can learn from those that came before us. It's hard to do this. It's really hard to do this at times, and recognize that we are all challenged to see the situations with good, with blessings, with what lessons they are. Not easy. Last week, Kevin and I went to see the season 3, the first 2 episodes of The Chosen. If any of you watched The Chosen, there's seasons 1 and 2 that you can stream for free, but season 3, the first 2 episodes just came out, and you can only watch them in the movie theater. And so we went on his birthday. It was his choice to go see that. And I just love this series. It's based on the story of Jesus and his 12 apostles, the 12 chosen. And in this first episode, he's giving his Sermon on the Mount. And you see him talk about, blessed, the Beatitudes, and but you don't really see, it's not a lot about what his words are. It's more about how those listening to him are hearing it and reacting to it and having hope. You see it in their faces. You feel it coming off the screens. I don't know how they do that. The director's amazing, but you can feel this sense of hope just coming right out of the screen. It's great Jesus. You can feel his love, and he's so good. And so in the second episode, this comes from the Gospel according to Matthew and the Gospel according to Luke, where he instructs his apostles, his 12 chosen, to go out and preach and heal and cast out demons and go 2 by 2 to different parts so that they can spread out and spread the word and spread the good news. And he tells them, don't bring anything with you. No extra shirt, tunic, no food, no staff, nothing. Bring nothing with you. And you can see they're like, what? bring nothing, but can't even bring a clean shirt. And he says, bring nothing with you. Rely on the goodness of others. For as you give, you will receive. And they have to learn to trust this. And at the end, they circle in this prayer, and Simon Peter recites this third psalm. And it's just powerful and amazing, because they are going forth with hope, with trust, with faith that what they're being called to do, as we do when we're being called to something with our guidance, that it's going to be okay. The Spirit has our back. That no matter what we're called to do, we can hope and we can trust that our guidance is not going to be something that is bad for us. It's going to bring us good. It's going to bring us joy. And he says in there, if somebody doesn't welcome you, just dust off your feet and move on. How many times do we insist? We keep insisting on some situation or some challenge. Insist, no, I can get this right. I can get this. I can get my way. He says, dust off your feet and move on. Don't argue with people. Don't resist. Just move on and go to where you are welcome. Go to where there are people that have hope. And we can do this in our own consciousness too, to trust. Stuart Thomas sent me a video called Safe Spaces Are Not Enough to Change the World. And in the video, I had to capture this screenshot because this was so perfect for what we're talking about, what I'm talking about. So, your comfort zone, that's where most of us reside most of the time. And look how small the circle is. It's a small world. It's a small place when we stay in our comfort zone. But the bigger circle is where the magic happens, where our good is waiting for us. You can leave that up, Bonnie. Where our good is waiting for us. And what happens, if you're going to be a child, what are you going to play leapfrog and just jump over and hop into that bigger circle? But it doesn't work that way. We have to go into that space between the circles. That's trust. That's faith. To be in that void, that no man's land, when we leave our comfort zone before the magic happens. And we've all been there. But trust that you're going to find an opening, that life is going to open for you, it's going to unfold for you. Listen to that guidance of the ancestors, listen to that guidance of Spirit that already knows this, and we can trust in that. Seeing something more available to us. Are you hopeful? Are you ready for this holiday season and all that it brings? But keeping that hope of a child, that excitement, that butterfly feeling in your stomach, that something good is happening. Life is happening. And we get to be the bringers of that, the bringers of that light. Have that expectancy of a child. This week, find one thing where you can get excited about it, where you can have that hopefulness. It's a beautiful way to start this Advent season. Chief Dan George says this, "May the stars carry your sadness away. May the flowers fill your heart with beauty. May hope forever wipe away your tears, and above all, may silence make you strong." It's a beautiful blessing to give hope. I give you hope at the beginning of this Christmas season. Namaste.
Well, this one's all about hope, just set to a nice Motown beat.
Good morning. You know, one of the things that I noticed today is that it reminded me of the universality. You know, Laura Lynn spoke about hope and in certain languages, and then you're singing about hope in a different kind of language, and it's just, some things are just universal. Let's start out by saying our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And Reverend Sue said that there is a place, go where you feel welcome. And I know when I walked in the doors here the very first time, I felt so incredibly welcome. And I think that many of you felt the same way. And in that, following up then with that, we ask for your ongoing support. One of the ways that you can support us is by your sharing your financial gifts. So this is the time when we can do that. So we have an offering blessing that we'll say together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And for those of you in the sanctuary, now you can share as the offering bags go through. And then we also would invite you to turn around and give a hello to our online viewers. They're joining us from different places around the state and the world. We're glad you're with us. We just have a couple of announcements this morning. Chandra's Gift is still offering the Chocolove bars. You can also make a donation if you'd rather not have the chocolate end up on your hips.
Or give it to me.
And so this week and next week, they will be here. You can also order it online and pick it up here. This is a really important event coming up in 2 weeks. We're having a family holiday gathering to put together stockings for a precious child. And some of the messages that have gone out so far, we've focused a lot on the younger families and how they can join in with this. But this is for every one of us. Every one of us. We have the stockings. I have a stack of them in my office. But if you can pick up things for a child any age, 0 to 18, and bring those in 2 weeks right after our service on December 11th. We'll gather in Foss Hall, and we'll stuff the stockings, and we'll do some get to know each other better games and share some refreshments. So please be thinking about this as you're just going around, or get online and order a big package of something and bring it to share. There's many different ways that you can do this. You can either bring items for one stocking or bring items to share through with the group. So come and join us. Our Christmas Eve services are planned for 3 o'clock and a family-oriented service, and then the 5 p.m. service. Both of them do have candle lighting, and we are really excited to be able to welcome you and any guests and friends that might be with you for the holidays. And then we're going to party on New Year's Eve. So we invite you to celebrate with us at Columbine. Janice Kelly and friends will provide dancing music.
Like Ain't No Mountain.
Exactly. And this is family friendly. There will be a cash bar. There will be a potluck dinner. So that way, maybe make one of your family's favorite holiday dishes and bring that to share. And it is, as I said, family friendly, so please bring children. We will not be offering childcare during this event. So it's going to be Saturday, December 31st from 6 to 10, and immediately before that will be our burning bowl ceremony. So you'll see information about that as well.
We are dropping the ball. It's just on New York time. 10 o'clock.
Yes, we're not going to ask you to stay till midnight. The crowd would thin.
How you guys are.
And then one other just quick announcement is that Pat Foss has brought several trees, evergreen trees, and some clippings, some branches for anybody who wants to take those to decorate your home. So check with me out there and I'll direct you because they're in a couple of different places. And who is our prayer chaplain today? Gretchen and Lydia. Thank you so much. So they'll both be here to help you with any prayer requests that you have or any celebrations. And now, our peace song.
Yeah, let's all stand up and sing together.
1, 2, 3.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all of me. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with the light of God surrounds us. The love of God unfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. We love you. Have a beautiful week. 2, 3, and no rain
All winter's cold.
can stop me, baby.
Oh no, baby.
'Cause you are my
Trouble, I'll be there on the double.
Just sing it for me.
Oh, baby.
My love is alive deep down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can.
Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough? Ain't no valley low enough? Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby? Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. Nothing can keep me from you. Ain't no mountain high enough. Nothing can keep me from you. Nothing can keep me from you. Ain't no mountain high enough. Nothing can keep me from you. All right. Thank you kindly.